Hey guys, today with the topic, exes at work. It's relatively easy to stay away from your ex if you don't have any social obligations together. Having a child together, financial obligations or the fact that you have her in front of your eyes every day at work make it all much harder. You can't just distance yourself, forget about her, or keep thoughts of her away from you. Every day has the potential to lock her and you together into a frame that you can't get out of until a task is completed, and depending on how the breakup went, that's bearable or just completely sucks because your work will suffer if you can't be fully engaged. Basically, it's a red flag from the beginning and you guys took a risk with it. Hopefully one that you will think twice about from now on, but the future is not important right now. The important question is, what should I do now? Does it also make sense here, as in 99% of cases, to stop contact? And the answer should not surprise you. Yes, it does. As far as it is feasible. Because the principle of keeping the ex emotionally as far away from you as you can manage at the moment has not changed. It is still the strongest position you can take and the one with the best chances of you getting well again quickly. Of course, you could throw around such extreme statements as, quit your job then. But that is as helpful as saying in a normal breakup, then move to China if you don't want to run the risk of seeing her. The purpose is that you continue to live your life and not let someone who doesn't want you in their life push you away. So no extremes. Think logically, what would your best possible, rational and most adult self do? The one you want to become? He would go to work the next day and would treat it as he treats all his colleagues. Because that is the only purpose and task you have there. You may be able to avoid certain situations. No one will hold it against you if you don't necessarily want the desk directly across from her right now. But maybe you need to talk about shift schedules, collaborate on a project, look at her strengths within the company and use her expertise. If she doesn't have it, or it's not assigned to you and you don't have a good reason to bring her in, then she has no business being around you. Neither do you have to spend your breaks with her, nor do you have to write to her for a joke to make her laugh. She is your colleague, you have a job to do and that's it. Anything she hears from you about other colleagues is fine. From you she gets friendly and unapologetic answers to questions she might ask you. Again, as usual in the no contact period, see if the interest is in you or organizational in nature. A. How are you? Can be the typical hallway chatter or real interest. You will only find out by mirroring her behavior. This is also much harder in real life than when she texts you again after a long time without contact. So do not give too much on it and estimate it rather a little too laxly, than to fall directly with her with the door into the house. On a, hi, how is the coffee? Don't ask directly for a meeting outside of work or throw an engagement ring at her head. And yes, that's how you react sometimes and it's creepily understandable. Whenever there is a hint of hope from your side in the game, then you are no longer master of your feelings if you couldn't already get far enough away from her, and especially in the beginning this is not possible with constant seeing. Later on it will definitely get better, but only if you strictly separate between your ex and your colleague. From time to time the ex may show through, but as long as she doesn't show real interest, i.e. asks you directly a lot by herself, whether in text form or by addressing you directly, this is worth nothing and will please not be perceived by you or interpreted as an approach. You are in a kind of no contact. In the most violent no contact possible for you. The same topic if there are common children. You have a joint job to do and that comes first. Only that children are of course much more important than the job and you have their welfare as the highest priority. In the case of the joint job, there are certainly ways to more or less get out of the way, but as long as the job requires it, you do not necessarily have to use that. Only excuses to be able to spend time with her actively, they absolutely do not bring you further but kill your attraction. It's too obvious. They know you and they know your job together. They know when they are the best choice for a job and when it's just an excuse, and if you are the one who gets to decide that, then you kill the remaining attraction by using your power. So cut the crap, it's more mature to leave her alone and bring her on board only as a wild card, so to speak. On the other hand, you don't have to stay completely out of it if you are assigned a task together with her. You act in a way that is best for your job and for you. If the job is important to you, yes, then it is also in your best interest to deliver the best possible result, and if she is needed or on your team, then it has to be. Be nice, open, reflect her behavior and do not interpret too much into it. You always have to keep in mind that she also has to cope with this and she also wants to keep this job. This would not work if she treated you badly or ignored you. She is as dependent on getting along with you as you are with her. And for her it's just as much of a problem, no matter how she reacts, because through all of this her separation hurdles, which she built up herself in order to be able to break up with you, are permanently triggered and bombarded. But not necessarily to your advantage, because she has to keep her guard up against you all the time. So for the topic of ex back, only a good position if you manage to give her the feeling that there are no problems between you and you don't treat her like an ex-girlfriend but like a colleague. And also for you this is the only way how you can slowly use the time without her to get away and not be permanently pulled down again and spend your after-work time processing the hard day with her. Rather distract yourself if that's the case and rebuild habits, fun, hobbies and so on. Take care and see you in the next video.